Plus, we have two stories about the aftermath of war. A look at a Denver program that preps returning veterans for jobs.
When you come back here, this world's just a completely different world. And my world and a lot of other people's worlds were kind of turned upside down. Most college students are discovering who they are, what they want to do, and I had already known that.
And Jeffrey Brown interviews a filmmaker who chronicled one wounded Marine's journey from the front lines in Afghanistan to civilian life in North Carolina.
I actually brought in a lot of my own personal experiences of going to war and coming home from it. And what I realized was that the fighting doesn't end when these men come back. It just continues in a different way.
That's all ahead on tonight's NewsHour.
And we close with two stories about veterans on this Memorial Day. First, a Colorado program aims to ease the transition from military service to civilian life. 26-year-old Tyler Heath was marking another milestone. He's a former Army infantryman who served 2 tours in Iraq. Heath crossed the stage this month to receive his diploma from the University of Colorado at Denver.
Tyler Heath.
It was one more journey. Tyler Heath's parents were grateful he had survived.
I'm so proud of you. Oh, thank you.
Especially after their son returned from Iraq with post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD.
He had a severe case of PTSD when he returned from his second Iraq tour. It was real hard. We thought we had lost the son that we had raised. Many people advocate for these Iraq guys coming back, Afghanistan guys, but you know what? They're hard. They're really difficult to understand them. And PTSD is a very scary thing, and I personally think that there's a lot of good words given to that, and we will, and we're behind you, and yeah, but I don't think it's put into practice a lot.
That's exactly what a new mentoring program created by the University of Colorado Denver and the City of Denver's Chamber of Commerce is trying to do. Get behind veterans finishing their college degrees and trying to enter the workforce. University of Colorado Vice Chancellor Leanna Clark.
PTSD is a very real thing. They deal with not just transitioning into a college atmosphere, which is difficult for anyone, but transitioning back into their lives. So they have so many challenges that they face. The GI Bill certainly supports them from a financial standpoint, but it doesn't give them the moral support that they need. Nationally, 80% of them drop out of college in their first year. Only 3% graduate.
Tyler Heath was aggressive in treating his post-traumatic stress disorder. He completed his degree ahead of schedule. But Heath describes campus life for returning veterans as very challenging.
When you come back here, this world's just a completely different world. And my world and a lot of other people's worlds were kind of turned upside down. Most college students are discovering who they are, what they want to do, so on and so forth. And I had already known that, so it was really, really difficult.
So the University of Colorado Mentor Program, called Boots to Suits, tries to tackle another tough stumbling block for veterans, getting jobs after college. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, unemployment rates for young men who served on active duty since September 11th is 29%, well above the 17% unemployment rate for non-veteran men of the same age.
Vets have so many skill sets that they have learned in the service, but they don't always know how to translate that into job speak. So they can break down a machine gun in 30 seconds, but what does that mean to a potential employer? So a lot of it was talking to them about how they translate their skills into something that an employer might be interested in.
Before he signed up for the Boots to Suits program, Heath flooded local businesses with his resume, but couldn't get any attention.
It's hard to get calls back. It's difficult to send your resume out there and just get no responses with all your awards and your citations from being in the military and having a college degree. And it's like, meanwhile, I'm sitting next to some kid who's about to graduate and he's got like a $40,000 a year job. And it's just like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why am I not getting a job, or why isn't anyone calling me back? People are definitely a little wary to hire veterans. Been really cool.
Heath was matched with volunteer mentor Richard Lewis, CEO of RTL Networks, an information technology company. Lewis agrees job recruiters, few of whom are vets, may not be comfortable trying to find a use for military skills, and may be skittish about reports they've heard of stress disorders among veterans who've served multiple tours in combat zones.
We've been extended in multiple wars. These veterans are doing a wonderful job, and then they're coming home. And a lot of them are getting lost, most of them getting a degree, but then they're still somewhat stuck, many of them, because they're having a hard time translating their experience into language and vernacular that corporate America understands and appreciates. If you're a soldier, you're breaking in doors and eliminating enemy personnel, it's just hard to translate that into language that's not concerning, for lack of a better word, to corporate America.
When Heath joined the military, he was just 18. He's never owned a suit.
I always tell people to dress for the job that you want versus the job that you have.
An Air Force veteran himself, Richard Lewis remembers the unease he felt rejoining civilian life.
As a grown man, then coming into corporate America, I remember the anxiety, the fear, the culture shock of becoming a civilian. The military is, in many ways, a family, and you feel like you're leaving home. You're leaving everything you know. It's a very lonely feeling, and a lot of people just don't adjust well, so just learning how to navigate is a challenge. Yellow's a good color, especially against a dark suit. I'm going to hold the suit up. Yeah. The white shirt, that really looks, that's a professional look. And it's a confident look.
Lewis says his advice to Heath was often subtle.
It just takes a little hand-holding to kind of let him know that, hey, everything's going to be fine. It's not as bad as you thought it might be. There's nothing to be afraid of, and here's how you succeed.
He taught me a lot about networking, how to sort of run through a room and meet certain people, and how to portray certain images depending on the setting. It was really, really helpful. He helped me with my resume, helped me understand what it is the industry wanted.
Boots to Suits is a small program with only 40 participants the first semester. The hope is it can become a national model. Denver Metro Chamber of Commerce President Kelly Bruff.
A lot of these kids literally have been responsible for a piece of equipment that has the value of 10 cars, $500,000, $1 billion, and so they have a sense of commitment to an organization. They have a sense of the importance of what they're doing. I think they bring discipline. I think they bring loyalty, which often might be a little bit lost in today's workforce.
You need to make sure you go back into the server.
Last week, it all paid off for Tyler Heath. He was hired by Colorado's Anchor Network Solutions to provide IT support for small businesses. His new boss, Anchor CEO Vince Tinarello, admired how Heath weaved his military skills into an interview.
Tyler did a pretty impressive job of explaining his experience in customer service of working with Iraqi civilians. I thought it was a great interpretation and very creative. For me, it's the being respectful with our customers, yes ma'ams, no sirs, being on time, being professional, being dressed professionally, carrying yourself in a professional manner. Those are the things that really transfer over.
Tinarello says the stigma Iraq and Afghanistan veterans face when searching for employment is real.
I think people are afraid of what they're coming back with. I sense and hear a lot of, we support the troops, but when it comes to actually hiring them, there's a fear of what they might be coming back with. And I feel very strongly of, we asked them to go make sacrifices for us. They didn't ask to come back with PTSD. I feel like we have to take a little bit of a risk. He took a huge risk for us, so is it that much of a risk for me? I'm willing to do that. I think it's the right thing to do.
DM setup, yep.
And for his part, Tyler Heath says he's ready to report for his new duty. Find out what Tyler Heath did to help overcome his PTSD. That's on the rundown page on our website.